welcome along to another video. I am That Cycling Chimp, and in this one I'm going to be doing a little kit review of one of these, the Cube Mini Bicycle Tyre Inflator by Cyc Plus. A lot of you guys, when you watched my last video, you have been commenting asking if I could do a little review. So if you're looking for a non-biased and honest opinion, you've came to the right place. If you want to know a little bit more, grab a cuppa, kick back and relax, and let's get the show on the road. Bike pumps. Every cyclist has them, whether it's a hand pump, track pump, CO2 canisters, or now more and more frequently we're seeing these little rechargeable air pumps. We all need them for the road that we're going on. If you've watched my previous adventures, you've probably seen that I've been suffering quite a lot from a puncture in my back tyre. I'm hoping I've eradicated this now by changing my tyre and the brand of inner tube that I used, and touch wood, I've not had any punctures since. The last big puncture that I had, I was struggling with my hand pump because I had a bit of a sore shoulder, so it took me a little while longer to actually pump my tyre up. And everybody knows if you're trying to sort the puncture at the side of the road in the Scottish elements, the last thing you want to be doing is hanging about. I took to the cycling community to see if there was any alternatives round about, and it kept pointing towards these little tyre inflators, so I thought I would pick one up. Now, it's at this point in the video I have to say I'm not affiliated or sponsored in any way with the brand Cyc Plus. I bought this with my own money, although one of my cycling buddies gave me a voucher that brought the cost considerably down from that eye-watering price. I thought what we'll do is we'll have a look inside the box to see what you actually get for your money, and then we can nip down to the pain cave and do a little lab test, and I'll deflate one of my tyres and see this thing in motion. So looking at the box just now, as you can see, it's by Cyc Plus. On the back, most of it is in Chinese or English. It just tells you what the product size, weight, what type of battery, charging type and the likes is in it. And let's have an actual look inside the box now. Now it does look pretty luxurious with the way it's been packed. And when you open it, straight away, you've got your instructions or user manual. As you open it up, you've then got the unit. And the two bits fold out at the side here, which includes a USB-C charging cable and the little Schrader adapter for inside. On the other side of the box, there's a little dry bag as well, and it's a little Ziploc one, which may come in quite handy. Now, one of the biggest things somebody had asked me was, what does the actual unit weigh? Now, on the box it claims that the unit weighs 97 grams, and I don't know if this is right or wrong. According to my scales, it weighs 114 grams, which isn't really much of a difference with the weight, but it must be 97 grams for the actual unit. The rest is for the silicone case that covers it round about. It does say in the user manual that you must keep this silicone cover on it, and there's a reason for that, and we'll get to that at the actual testing. All there really is your USB-C port here. You've got the part where the valve goes in, a bit of branding on the side, and then you've got your on and off button at the top. As you can see with the size of it, it's pretty much just about the size of a thick matchbox. It is pretty light. You're not really getting much for your money as such. What we'll do is we'll nip down to the paper, then I'll give you some pros and cons, and then I'll give you what I actually think about them and if they're worth it or not. So let's get down and have a look. So the idea behind this lab test is I'm going to let my front wheel down, then I'm going to use this to pump it back up. Now I need 75 psi for the tyres that I'm running on it, but how am I going to know that I'm at 75 psi? I'm going to use my trusty digital tyre pressure gauge. This is a Topeak one. I've been wanting to get one of these for ages, and I got one at Christmas time, so this will come in pretty handy. It claims that this can go to 80 psi in 80 seconds, so I'm hoping for just over a minute my tyre's going to be fully inflated. So let's let the tyre down. That's my tyre completely deflated. I've got my valve ready. It says in the instruction manual that you've got to start this before you attach it to your valve. So click it twice and it starts coming on, and then you go on. It's quite a noisy little device, I'll say that. You do have to hold it in, and it is inflating. I can feel the tyre starting to get a lot harder, so it's definitely working. That's been roughly about 60 seconds, and my digital pressure gauge is saying 45 psi, so I'm only halfway there. One of the biggest things I have noticed, they run pretty warm, and that's probably why you need to keep the silicone case on it.
12 seconds later.
I was at 45 psi. I'm now at 54, even though that was a little bit that come off, so we still need to go. That was about 45 seconds again, so I was at 54, now I'm at 64. The light's getting to red now, so the battery must be starting to need charged. One of the biggest things I have noticed is it is starting to run hot. That's me completely dead, and that was less than 80 seconds. Completely cut out, and the PSI was saying it was roughly about 69. So let's go back to Chimp HQ, and I'll tell you what I really think about these. So now I've had a lab test of it, what do I actually think? I'm not actually impressed. I'm not just saying that. I think for the price that you're paying, it's definitely not worth it. I'm pretty sure I'm going to send this back. I'll get on to the pros and cons in a minute. I think the biggest issue I've got is it runs that warm. Like, that's absolutely roasting to the touch. The way that it actually works is where you charge your USB-C connector, that's where it actually draws the air in. It's absolutely roasting. It claims 25 minutes to fully charge, which, yeah, I would say that is true, because when I got it out the box, it did take 25 minutes to charge, even though there was a little bit of charge in it, but that wasn't even one tyre that I was able to basically blow up the PSI that I was wanting. So yeah, I'm not really impressed with them. So what are the pros and the cons then? I would say the pros are, yep, they're pretty portable, and I can understand the technology, and I think they really would be good. Maybe if the battery was a bit better. I don't know if it's the battery or if it's just because it's overheated, that's when it's cut out. Yeah, they fit in a pocket, so that's pretty good. But yeah, I don't think, there isn't very many pros. Cons, we've got a lot of them here. I mean, the cost straight away, if you're paying full price for that, I mean, it's not worth it at all. You can get ones that are half the price. Fair enough, they're twice the size, but they're also a power bank and a torch, and I could understand the idea behind that for bike packers or tourers. But yeah, I would definitely say if you're rushing out to buy one of these because you're hearing the hype, no, the hype isn't good at all. But yeah, I'll give it a chance and I'll give it another go just to see, but I've got a funny feeling I will be sending this back. I can't get away with how hot that is. And it does say in the instruction manual you have to keep that silicone case on, because when it runs hot, obviously it's not going to burn you. I wouldn't be rushing out to get one, guys, honestly. Well, that's us got to the end of another video. If you enjoyed today, give us a huge thumbs up, and if you really liked it, consider hitting that subscribe and notification button, because your subscribing keeps me and the channel riding. Let me know in the comments below if you've used any of these little tyre inflators, or if you would just rather stick with the traditional way of the hand pump. I hope to see you all in the next one, but in the meantime you can check out my last video here, or you can check out previously on that cycling chimp below there, which are archived videos. Until the next time, guys, bye for now.